welcome to Flory Models Daily Vlog. Here we are on Friday the 25th of September 2014 after a very busy, very productive week. For me, to be honest, I've been mainly focusing on finishing off the Red Bull. The trouble is, when you're doing gloss work and things like this, it is that thing of patience. And believe me, I don't have much of it. It may seem like I do sat here every day doing this, but I really want to push on. So doing gloss work, it's almost like you have to take a step back and say, right, okay, we're going to leave that for a day just to go off, okay, properly and all the rest of it. So consequently, when we come to the painting and decaling stage, decaling, to be honest, was a bit of a nightmare. It took almost a full day to get it down, get it right and get it lacquered. Now it's had 2 further coats of lacquer right on the top just to seal this all down. And now I've got to wait for it to totally dry. Now, technically, a few of you have asked me in the forum, things like that. Yes, it is a 2-pack paint. Yes, you should have a hardener or an activator in the paint. I don't. Okay, simple way is, I think if you're spraying it through a spray gun at high air pressure, it clears itself. When you're putting it through like a 0.2 needle or even a 3.5, I've tried it through, tends to dry on the needle and get a little bit too active, shall we say, too quick. So from that point of view, I actually just use self-leveling thinners without the activator. Now I know what you're thinking, technically then, if it's 2-pack paint, it shouldn't dry. Well, let's face it, over time, everything will dry. And when we were working, to be honest, it's over behind you, on the Ducati, I learnt that if you're putting down thinner layers, let them dry, coming in with a hairdryer as well, you can dry them down. The other thing as well is that it actually self-levels and gets more glossy even over time. To be honest, I think the bike looks even better now than it did when we did the final reveals. Now it's totally dry, totally cured, it's got that deep, good lustful color to it. So that's what I'm trying to recreate here. So by not using an actual activator, it does dry. There's probably an activator or something in the self-leveling thinners, which is this guy. This is one I use. It's not just a thinner, it has got a few things in there that slow down the drying time, help it level out, then it goes hard. So I assume there is like a hardener or something else in here, but on a lot smaller scale, so obviously it doesn't wreck everything straight away. So basically this now, once this all dries, which hopefully it will by Monday, we can then just put it together and it will just be a case of another, really a day on this one. It's a bit like the bike, now it's all sort of done, it's just a case of putting it all in. We should be good to go and away we go. But generally, really happy how this one's turned out. It's come together, got a few little niggling problems with it. We had an air bubble, then it had the lacquer coat on it, so I've got it just down in here. I'll show you on the actual video. I don't know how to get rid of it at the moment, but generally looking at all the parts, they're very nice, very glossy, and it's worked an absolute treat. And trying to colour match the nose, although I don't think it's perfect, it's close enough. Okay, I'm not going to play with it anymore. It should be absolutely fine as is. So generally that one should be finished Monday or Tuesday. Been cracking on quite a lot with the actual F104. That one's basically ready for the 2 halves to come together. The next part of that will be, well, first part of that will be up with you on Monday, and then hopefully this will be finished by Wednesday when this part comes up. And that's something I want to discuss with you in today's show. Basically, I'm going to change the format of how we run the actual week. Don't panic, you're not getting anything less, it's just I'm changing it slightly. So now what we're going to do, on Monday, you're going to have build 1, okay, is video update. So it's the usual thing. The part, which is always a half-hour part, will go up on Monday. So from this point of view, this Monday, it'll start with the first part of the F104, because we usually have 2 or 3 builds on the go at any one time, as you know. Okay, Tuesday is going to be a Q&A day. There's still going to be a vlog every day, so don't panic, but it's going to be Tuesday's going to be a Q&A, so it'll be around about a half-hour show, 3/4 of an hour, maybe even an hour, where I'll answer your questions. So usual thing, if you want to get any questions to me to answer, to show you something, take the camera around the studio, whatever you want me to do, then just shoot me one through the contact me page on the actual site, okay? Put it in there and then obviously mark it for the attention of, or the subject line of, Tuesday's Q&As, and I'll put that to side, print it off, and then I'll bring it down here in the studio and then I can answer your questions. The other way, of course, is we're going to actually have an area called Ask the Team in the forum. I'll use my questions from there and obviously I'll put them in the vlog because it's easier to answer, unless it's something straightforward and I'll answer you in there. But that's something we'll talk about in a moment. Wednesday is going to be video build 2, so whatever number 2 is, in this case this will be video build 2, will go up on Wednesdays, okay? So that way there'll be a full show, a vlog, plus that part will go up on a Wednesday. Now Thursday was always technically group build day, sorry, review day even, okay? The trouble with that is that obviously we do the ordering on the Monday, things like that. Sometimes they don't turn up till Thursday, and many a time I've recorded the actual what I needed and then it shows up. So it's a little bit annoying, like this one, and like the Star Wars stuff turns up on a Thursday after I finish filming, so technically I can't do it. So what I want to do is move that to Friday. So that's going to free up Thursday. So Thursday we're going to call it SIG and group build vlog, okay? So what we're going to do on that day is have a look at your work, your build progresses, something that's caught my eye, various bits and pieces from the actual groups and SIGs and things like that we've actually got going on in there, and the buddy builds as well. So if there's something that I think is particularly, you know, fantastic, stands out, answers a question, yeah, it doesn't have to be the best build, just, you know, general stuff that's going on there, things like that, then obviously we'll bring it up and I can show the guys and show the world your great work. So that's the idea with that one. So we can get that one up and do things like that. Obviously, all when it's ending, when it's coming together and all those things we can talk about, okay? And then on Friday will be review day, all right? So we'll do the reviews and everything on Friday. That way you've got the weekend to look at them and everything else like that. And like things like the kids one, which we're doing at the moment, might do a few more of them. It seems to be extremely popular. So we'll do things like that as well. So that is the idea. So it's just shifting really Thursday, Friday round the other way, just so we've got all the kits in so we can do the reviews, some of the bits and pieces, tools, equipment, and all those things like that. Generally then we can add other things into it, such as the on tests, the in-depth stuff, paint reviews, the things that take a little bit longer, airbrush reviews, they're going to be interspersed everywhere as we go. But really what it does enable me though is to make sure we've got all the kits in, then we can get on and show you those on a Friday, all right, and then gives you something to watch on a Friday. So in the forum we're going to have a new area set up. Hans mentioned it. I think it's a very good idea because technically we're not having the live shows anymore, or not for a while anyway. We're going to have a break for a couple of months, that you can still ask the team any questions you've got, because obviously I know you guys have a lot of questions obviously for Steve about armour and various things he does, Hans especially with his paintwork and his finishes and stuff, and with me I can roll mine over to a Tuesday, but for them if you still need the answers direct from them. So we're going to set up an area called Ask the Team. Now, obviously, you guys are more than welcome to sort of throw your answers into it. So if somebody asks a question, you know, it's the same as the live show. You can ask the question as well, but please let whoever it's directed to answer first. Let them get their reply and then you can all dive in with all your replies to it afterwards. So somebody says, Steve, how would you do such and such? Nobody pile in there until Steve has answered it, okay? So what I want you to do is, obviously, we'll set it up, and then just put your title, you know, at the top of your little, you know, your post putting in, you know, question for Steve, whoever, Stefan, the guys, anybody who's in the team that you want to speak to directly. Let that person answer it, because let's face it, they're always on there every day, okay? Then if you've got you know, a reply, a thing, so say he's talking about, I don't know, Phil, how would you do, I don't know, gloss coating canopies or something, then by all means, then once I've answered, then everybody else can go in and put their replies in as well, and then that way the person asking can get everybody's opinion on it, okay? And then that way it should go quite well and we can make our way through just like that, all right? But my ones I'll probably bring over to the show so I can actually show you it, okay? Because that's what I like to do. Rather than typing it and taking photos, I can physically show you here on the bench exactly how I would tackle a particular problem. So that's going to go up in the forum in a little while, be up by the time you get this. SIGs and group builds. I haven't mentioned it for a while, so I've got to mention it. We've got a couple on the go. So at the moment we've got the red versus blue. Basically you've got until the 12th of December for this one. So you've got a bit of time to go on that one. We've got 130 entries in there. Don't forget it's a full group build, so you will get, I haven't got one here, medals, stickers, usual bits and pieces that all go out with that one for everybody who completes. There's some great work in that. We're going to have a look at that on next Thursday's show. We've also got the Sherman, the Mighty Sherman. No, we don't want to do that. It's going on at the moment, and that's going to run to the 27th of December. Okay, so they're all coming towards the end of the month, so you want to get that one in as well. The other one we got going as well is the Run Silent, Run Deep, and that's going to run, not getting close on that one now, so to the 15th of November, all right? So you want to really push on with those. So the Run Silent, Run Deep, and the Sherman SIG, we've got around about 20 odd entries in both of those going on at the moment, although they're quite new. I will set up, not now, but a little bit in the future. As I said, December, it's going to be my Star Wars one. I'm going to lead it. Again, it's just a SIG, so there's no prizes and that, but it should be a lot of fun. Speaking of which, thank you for all the feedback on the Kids Corner. You all seem to love it. Perhaps I'll do the normal shows like it. It's supposed to be basic, no problem at all. So next week we're going to do the TIE Fighter. And if it keeps going and getting the feedback we had, about 30 thank yous from it. So, you know, a big thank you for the appreciation of it. But what I'll do is a few of these and perhaps a few of the more simpler kits. All right, so we'll have a go at those. Then I'm going to show you simple weathering. Okay, so simple little things that you guys, the younger modelers coming into it, or you don't want to flaff around with all the building and all that type of rubbish, things you could do to improve your model. We spoke about using these as a starting point, and the more I look at this guy and the more I look at it, I'm thinking, love to weather that. It would look fantastic weathered. Take this plastic sheen off of it. I think it will look really, really nice. It will really fix it, okay? And everything else like that. But generally, I do like these kits. I think they're very nice. They go together extremely easily, and I think the detail's pretty good for what it is, you know, and it is supposed to be a toy that can be played with. So definitely we'll be having a look at a lot more of those and everything else like that. The other thing as well, loads of people are offering me stuff to review. Trust me guys, I have this pile behind me to get through for kit reviews. It's very kind of you offering to send me kits and all the rest of it, but what you can't see is I've got another pile, literally, I will show you. Quickly pan the camera, all that stuff down there is all reviews as well. So as you can see, we've got absolute tons of it everywhere. So I've got enough reviews probably to keep me going for the next couple of months at least. All right, so from that point of view, very kind of you, but for the moment, honestly, I've got enough reviews, enough bits and pieces, so don't send me anything because I'm running out of room, if I'm honest. I've got this, we've got the office upstairs is full of kits as well, and there's even some reviews thinking about it up there that I've got to bring down. So I've got enough kit reviews to keep me going for the very foreseeable future. So that's about it for this week. It's been a great week, lots of things catching up, lots of exciting things. That kit, I tell you, go and grab it. That's going to be like hen's teeth. I can guarantee it's going to sell out everywhere. If you see one on there at the moment, then go and grab it. No, it's not cheap, but it is fantastic if you are in the market for it. Loads of feedback on the Wellington, thank you. Yeah, you're all agreeing. We all think this is a little bit overdone. The only thing some of you are saying that perhaps because it's in flight, it would crunch. I don't know. You know, the actual guys out there will know better. And I don't know how you would fix that being a little bit overdone, but generally I think some muted weathering, a little bit of dry brushing over it perhaps, and it might bring it to life. But I'm not sure that is a little bit overcooked, all of that on there and everything else. But there we go. As I said, if you haven't seen this one, just go and have a look at it. It's great for the kids. Sit down with the kids, show them that one, and they'll actually love it, and perhaps we can get a few more of them into the hobby. And obviously they are our future for this thing. So have a look at it. It's on our Facebook page as well as a standalone video, and it's on YouTube, and it's on the main site now and all things like that. So there we go. So that's it for me this week. Happy modelling everybody, and take care.
Baby, it's crazy.